what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm recording.
I don't need you to record.
In the story, one of the
You're not
episodes.
listening to me at all.
So basically, one of the stories, James, because I think that's the boy, James, that's his name. He said basically that, well, he said that his father was kind of jealous of black men around his mom because his mom had a fetish for black dudes. You know the sexual fetishes? And she used to have a crush. Before she met his dad, she used to have a crush on a dude named Tobiaz. Tobiaz was this black dude when they were teenagers, but they had a 7-month relationship, then broke up.
Is this something on my back, Sharika?
After this 7-month relationship, probably some years later, she met his dad. Accidentally got impregnated by him because he accidentally James' dad accidentally impregnated her when she made a wish.
Accidentally impregnate somebody. I mean,
well,
he tripped?
See, he
was getting over and he tripped? I don't know what happened. I don't understand that.
He's a genie.
Oh,
so she made a wish.
And instead of when he
she wished
like
for
I
money.
A genie. He was pregnant when he sneezed.
He had a dream. He had
Dylan would be proud.
Well, sort of. She You see, she was wishing for money, right? So what happened was he made it happen, but he didn't know was that there was kind of a fairy gene in him due to the place he lived in, and it caused him to accidentally while making the wish to give her money, accidentally get her pregnant.
Again, what does money have to do
She gave birth within a day.
Trying to get child support?
You see, she just wished to be rich. He gave her probably $100, then she accidentally got pregnant.
How is $100 gonna make you rich?
I don't know. It didn't go how she planned.
Who the baby daddy?
The genie.
$1 million is not true.
It's really not $1 million.
After she was so she was kind of like, how you get me pregnant? The genie authorities had to inform them, hey, your husband kind of impregnated you. By accident, because it didn't gene, I'm pretty sure. The baby's his. And if y'all never had sex, it's either a blue moor mishap or he did it. And it's still a blue moor mishap. You're probably asexual now. Goodbye. That's kind of how they explained it, too.
So you're trying to make, like a little sitcom?
Yeah. So after she was unwillingly pregnant, they had a lot of arguments because she gave birth within a day.
Because you got to?
Yeah, that's also a part of the issue.
And start writing your stuff down. I know you recording, but you need to write it down and actually make it. Either if you write the story and you can animate it with your what you call them. You know, she made a little scene with the Sims. I was so impressed with that scene. She had a little girl and she was talking to her daddy, and she told her daddy something about them was in the bed making noise, and it woke her up or something like that. And the dad, something about them having sex. And the daddy looked at her like, we didn't do that. Say, yes, you did. I heard you the other night when you did this and that. And then she said, you still taking her to the park? I was like, wow, she really, and it looked good. It looked like something, you know, I mean, I don't know how she got the film to react to what she was saying. Because when the baby said something, they were like, how did you do that?
I filmed them a long time ago and wrote it down and then started typing in words and everything.
How did you get
They had a chat into like Sims game. I had them chat with each other, and I had them respond in the appropriate way. I wrote down the captions in the appropriate way it should go.
So you made them respond that way, or you just wrote based on how they was responding?
I wrote based on how they were responding.
It looked like you planned it. You looked like you planned everything they did. I thought that was so cool.
It was God. Anyway, I'm proud. So basically what happened was James had
another story about these kids that the parents ran away from home, and one girl was a police lady and the boy was in school, and he didn't know the parents ran away. He thought they were dead. That was cool.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so James grew up with his parents, and his mom actually did have sex with a genie and made more children within the marriage. Original plot was
they'll hump anything.
the original plot. The original plot was that when she kept making wishes to the genie kept accidentally impregnating her.
Yeah, if it happened 3 times, it ain't no accident.
So
I did it again.
that's actually a song. The song said, "Whoops, I did it again. I played with your heart. The remorse made you think we're more than just friends." And so in one of the plots, basically, the genie and his wife married him. She had a lot of black men in her house, because she really did have a fetish for black dudes. She never had sex because she wasn't married, and she had a baby, so the genie was the father. But kind of later on, she ended up marrying the genie. And then they actually did start having sex to make more children. And so what happened was, the one thing was he couldn't get freed from his genie bottle. And so what happened was, the genie kind of like, oh my God, the genie, how do I put this in the sweetest way possible? The genie got the genie after getting married, she still had that kind of thing. She still liked black dudes, but he didn't really know it. Okay, he knew. That's why he was insecure. So when his wife was kind of around a black dude and it looked like she liked him, or the black dude was too buff, well, he was real strong for a genie, though. He was extremely strong, and he had some power. So basically, it depends. Now, James is kind of like the narrator. The adult version of James is the narrator of his childhood life. So what James would say, his mom was thinking basically, a person asked his mom, what would you have, who would you have married if you hadn't married your husband? And she was thinking of about 10 black dudes alone in a room with her. Then James basically says, as in her dreams, his father comes up out the shadows, and basically James says, not even in my mother's dreams would he ever allow her to cheat on him with another man. And the dream kind of involved James punching some dudes, and one of the black men was I think, what was his name again? I think his name, was it Tobiaz? What was the black dude's name again? Tobiaz? Tobiaz? Tobiaz. I think it was I think it's Tobiaz. She had a crush on Tobiaz. He saw Tobiaz, and currently Tobiaz was his best friend. So it wasn't real, but she could just imagine the betrayal. So he was kind of yelling at Tobiaz, saying, "No, not you. You're my best friend." And the dream Tobiaz was like, "Technically, I was your wife's first boyfriend, so." And they started kissing, and in the dream, he sort of pulled Tobias off. And out of every single dude in her dream, Tobias was the one that got beat up the most. And this was just because he was he was his best friend. Yeah. Then he woke up that night and realized. Then later on that night, she had a dream about the incident, except it was different. There were 5 black dudes, and Tobias was the most handsome, charming dude in there. Then he walked up and saw Tobias. Kind of got all the dudes out. Kind of had an argument with Tobias. And the dude, in real life, they were sleeping in the same bed. So he woke up next to her. And when he woke up, he was like, "I love my beautiful wife." And he laid next to her and he listened to her as she said, "I'm sorry for cheating on you with Tobias," in her sleep.
Well, I'm not so much worried with somebody doing something in sleep.
And he was kind of confused. That night it was like, who's Tobias? Because he wasn't going to believe it was his best friend. Then after probably 7 seconds, he thought, what if it's Tobias? And she woke up the next morning with him rummaging through her clothes, looking for phone numbers, texts, etc. from Tobias. Underwear, because he was trapped in the genie bottle, and he didn't really have he could have a butt and etc., but he couldn't he could have a butt and etc. He just couldn't but most of the time he didn't wear underwear because it was like a puff of smoke. Like from torso up, there was body, torso below, there was smoke. So, and his sons were probably children. So, if you ever found some underwear that was oversized in the house, it wasn't his. So, his wife woke up to him rummaging through her clothes. And her first was, so her...
She's coming up pregnant on accident.
Well, actually, the first time it was accident. The second time she actually had sex with him. Like every time she had sex, she got pregnant.
Yeah.
With him, the genie, basically. So after she got pregnant, probably that many times. Oh wait, no, that's not that far in. She didn't have her kids when he did this. The rest of her kids. So when Tobias kinda, I don't know, what was I saying? Oh yeah, she woke up to him looking for Tobias stuff. And I'm gonna go with the response I'd have if I woke up to my husband looking through my stuff. Like, probably, what the fluff are you doing?
The girls think it's completely acceptable when they want to go close to their husband's home.
So
they don't think what the fluff at all.
So what happened was he sort of strongly replied, "Who's Tobiaz? And are you sleeping with Tobiaz? And where's Tobiaz?"
That's too loud.
He replied, "Who's Tobiaz? Are you sleep?" He replied, "Who's Tobiaz? Are you sleeping with Tobiaz? And where does he live?" He also went searching through her phone and through her closets, just to find hidden letters under the bed while she was up in the bed.
She got hidden letters. Let me guess, from Tobias.
She doesn't have any. The thing is, she's not cheating on him.
Oh, she's not?
No, she's not.
In her dreams and in her mind and...
Well, in her mind, yeah.
Dad will keep making her pregnant.
Well, no.
Accident.
Well, no. The accidental pregnancy happened only one time.
Oh, okay. Again, I don't understand how that happened.
He's a genie. It was an accident. He also gave birth to the first genie-human hybrids in history.
He gave birth?
Well, no, she gave birth.
That's beautiful, isn't it? The way that glass.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Should I take a picture?
Well, you wish.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll be able to.
Anyway, that day they had a really long talk about